Hi, this is Tara McCullum with Beyond This Reality. And today I wanted to come and do an illustration for you guys to actually show the difference between being in your power and being in body awareness and thinking with your mind or positive thinking. I don't follow positive thinking. I think positive thinking is very empty many times. It doesn't have a fullness behind it. And one of the illustrations I like to give to people is that if you walk down the street and you look down as you're walking down maybe the sidewalk, and you look down and you see something brown, right? The reality is when you ask yourself, what is that? And you answer, it's dog poop. That is the reality. Positive thinking to me is very much like putting rose-colored glasses on and saying, it's brown though. And if I just imagine that it's chocolate, I could pick it up and eat it. And so that you go about doing that. What we want to do is we want to go, oh, wow, it is dog poop. And yet it doesn't have to be something that I get angry about. What could dog poop be actually used for to create more? So any kind of manure is actually fertilizer. And so you probably would rather have cow poop or something like that, but it can actually be used as fertilizer for different things. And so seeing the reality of something and then gaining the power of it, right? But first you have to be in your power, and your power is not from here. Your power is from every molecule in your being, which is energy. We're actually not solid form. We're energetic movement. This is not some kind of theory. It's total science. If you look at molecules, they're filled with atoms that are constantly moving, and that actually, even though we appear to be completely solid, we're our space. And so anything that we touch, we actually don't just touch the surface, we actually become part of it as we touch it. It's amazing. Go into science, check it out. It's pretty mind-blowing. So the way that I want to show you, not just how to move into reality thinking and how to best use everything as a contribution to your life, I want to show you how to actually turn on your inner power. And it may take more than just a moment of doing this. This is something that, because we're in default mode, which goes to the brain rather than to body awareness. To move out of default mode, it's going to take curiosity and fun and practice, right? So this is what I would love you to do. And don't just watch me do it, but actually do it, because in doing it, you'll experience the difference. Close your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to do it too. So imagine, or sorry, not just imagine, see the difference between having your eyes open and your eyes closed. It's dark, right? With your eyes closed, you may be aware of some lights that are around you, but you are in darkness. So now use your mind to imagine what it looks like to have your eyes open. So now you're trying to recall what you used to see when your eyes were open, how bright it was, what the room looked like around. But you're not actually seeing, you're not actually experiencing, you're just imagining if you opened your eyes, what would be possible. So you actually are still remaining in darkness and giving yourself the illusion that you have opened your eyes. So you're starting to create a fictitious world based on your memory of the past. And that's what most of us do in life. So I now have my eyes open for a moment, but we're going to go back to that. Most of us do this thing where we imagine with our minds, which is actually recalling what used to be, and then we project it on the future, but we don't actually ever really experience what is possible. So now I want to do something different. So close your eyes. Rather than imagining what it would be like to open your eyes and be in the light and actually have sight and everything else like that, ask your body, this is the key, ask your body to open your eyes. So now we're opening our eyes. It's our body's ability to be aware. And so this isn't just with our eyes, right? It's our body's ability to be aware of what is possible that allows us to actually experience a life that is way more dynamic and real than what we do when we're imagining. So how does this translate to real life? A lot of times what happens is we're in a situation that we go into contraction. We actually think that the situation or other person has made us feel smaller, made us think less of ourselves, made us depressed, angry, whatever else. What's actually happened is we've bumped up against a person, right? Or a thing or whatever, a situation that has said whatever it is. So it's like the poop on the ground. Like, it is what it is. Like, so somebody says to you, you can't do that. Like, it's totally impossible. And you don't even have the skills or the power or the talent or whatever it takes to do that. Okay. So that is just something out here. And what we do energetically is we turn off our body and turn up our mind. So our mind actually turns off our body. And this is what it looks like and feels like, right? So we go, sorry, you can't really see me. We go into this space where we are really protecting, and we actually, most of us energetically close our eyes and put up our hands, and we're in this contracted space where we have our mind saying we're completely protected. But we go into little to no awareness of what is possible around us, what is going on, and what choices we actually have. We just give over to what is out here when our mind takes over and contracts us. So what I help people to do is, so you're contracted, instead of imagining what it would be like to come up with a response to them that's clever or respond to them in any way, I show people how to stay in their power and move up, energetically open their eyes, be in the space, like fill their entire body up, like actually ask, body, what is available to me right now that my mind is saying, shut down? Because when our mind has us shut down, everything around us starts to shut down with us. And all of a sudden, instead of one person in front of us being a poop, right? Being a poop on the sidewalk, all of a sudden our whole life becomes this space because we contract, we lose body awareness, and we go into protection mode. Protection mode, which actually protects us or eliminates all of the light in our life to actually be around us. We are putting ourself itself in complete darkness. And what then tends to happen is people around us who care, instead of staying in their light and inviting us back out, like, you know, what else is possible here? Like, what else is possible? And staying in their joy, they go into darkness too. And so all of a sudden, all these people are going in contracted states. So beyond working with me, like, and that's what I would say is, like, yes, this is more than a tiny video. It takes reminding your body that it has the power to stay in light, to stay aware, to stay in possibility, not positivity, but possibility, to realize that there are other choices, and that if you stay up and aware, it can change. But beyond working with me with that, right now, if you're in any state of contraction, any state of protection, any state where you know that everything is crumbling in and you're pulling in, ask your body right now, what else is possible? Ask your body to expand, and actually expand. Move your body, like, because what we're trying to do is to actually, in not just the body, but the spirit, to move it to a space of expansion. What else is possible? So that you raise your energetic eyes and see the possibilities beyond, because most of us look at and we're only seeing, you know, possibility A or B, but we're in an infinite universe. And it's not until we actually ask that the universe or God or spirit or whatever you want to call the energy that is our source speaks to our body, and it begins to say. Now, if you're not practiced at this, you may not hear right away what it's speaking to you. Stay quiet, stay expanded, and you may need to just stay like this with your eyes open now, with your eyes closed, and ask again, what else is possible that is greater with this situation than I ever could imagine with my mind, but my body has infinite awareness. And watch for the messages to come, because they might come through your own body. They might come through a video that you see. It might come through another friend, a phone call that you have 2 hours later. It will come. Continue to ask. Continue to stay open, not contracted. If you feel your body start to be in pain or your mind go into depression again, it means you're contracting. Move your body into this space. The other thing that you can do is to use powerful essential oils. And honestly, the oils that I use are doTERRA, because they're backed by hospitals like Vanderbilt Hospital and John Hopkins Hospital, and they are the ones who are actually rolling out wellness centers all across the United States. So what essential oils? I'm just going to give you one for right now. Well, I'll give you two. Wild orange brings you back to the light of who you are. It actually brings you to that joyful space, which we are. And then melaleuca, or tea tree oil. And that, like, if you place it right here, and even possibly right here, it will give you clarity where your actual essence begins and ends, and it will help the other lies, limitations, and yuck to fall away. So those two oils are super powerful. There's other oils that can be used in specific ways, but I don't want to get into tons of them right now. Just those two oils, use them. Wild orange, put it on your hand. Get it up into your nose, like breathe it in. Like, don't put it up your nose, but breathe it in. Take deep breaths, because as the oils go up into your nose, they actually affect the olfactory space and start to create dopamine, which actually replenishes. It's like your own personal morphine, which is natural, right? It helps your body to create its own dopamine, so that it replenishes the chemicals, the natural chemicals that are in our body that move us out of fight and flight and into homeostasis and wellness and less anxiety. It's amazing. Many of us ask for the earth or for other things to come in and support us. And essential oils are exactly that. They are earth oils, pure earth oils that can come in and support. Please make sure that you're using ones that are truly pure, because these days anything can be labeled that. If you have more questions and you need greater support, because this is not your default, please reach out. I do personalized in-person sessions. I also do sessions online. But where I tend to desire to start is in person with the hands-on intuitive body process, because we really want to remind the body, which is not part of the mind, right? The mind is inside of our body, but the body has a greater awareness, and then our spirit is even greater, to rise up and to fill us up, so that we're not just filled with everybody else's stuff through our entire body and we're only using our mind. We want to be using everything that we have available to us. This truly is not a bonus skill. This is a life skill in order to have, to truly transform your life. Because when you're being not just your light that's this little or right up in here, but the entire body of you is filled up with the essence and energy of who you are, and it surpasses your skin and fills the area around you. It actually transforms your energetic response to everything that happens around you. And it actually begins to transform the way that others respond to you as well. This isn't theory. This isn't just for me. This is what I see over and over and over and over again, after client after client after client, after speaking engagement, and so on. But sometimes it's not enough to just listen to a video. So if you need support, please reach out. Thank you. Bye.